Namaste. This is Brenna Bellhouse from Inner Revolution Yoga Studio online. We're bringing you a slow flow. So slow flow is vinyasa style, meaning the movements are ongoing and at a pace, but the pace is slow so that we hold the poses and we get in a little bit deeper. For this practice, it's optional, but if you want 2 blocks, have them handy at the front of your mat. This class is good for all levels. So to get started, we're going to take our 2 blocks and we're going to place them at the front of our mat, either on the medium, low, or higher level, whatever suits your body in this moment. And we're going to start in child's pose, but with our elbows on the block. So bringing the bum back towards the heels in child's pose, forehead comes down onto the floor and hands come in prayer above the head. And this is where we'll start our practice. So starting to tune into your breath. Feeling the inhale in your body. Feeling the exhale in your body. Noticing if there's any movements that your body is craving in this moment. Just honor that. Starting to ground with our breath. Using the breath and the exhale of the breath to allow the body to relax, let go. Tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And if you work with intentions, feel free to set your intention, that word or phrase that will move your energy in a positive direction. See if you can feel the energy or the vibration of your intention. And this intention is a great thing to come back to at any moment in your practice or your day to help you bring you into the present moment. And we're going to stay here for 3 more breath cycles. And on your next exhale, we'll take a release breath. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And slowly make your way up onto all 4s. We're going to keep the hands on the blocks, so you may want to turn them down to the medium size at this moment. Aligning the knees right under the hips, shoulders, elbows, wrists aligned. Do a few cat and cow here. Inhale, belly drop, look up. Exhale, round chin to chest. And you may even want to hold onto the blocks, exaggerate the arch and the round of the spine. Exhale, round chin to chest. You can also tuck your toes and really push back on the feet, feeling a nice opening through the fascia in the feet. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back, round. Inhale, lead the heart forward, look up. Exhale, toes tuck, push back, round the spine. And keep following whatever cat and cow feels good. If you want to bring your toes back down, I'm just starting to warm up the front and the back side of the body. Feeling the breath in our body as we inhale. And feeling the breath in the body as we exhale. Let's do 2 more arch, 2 more round. Really exaggerating the arching and the rounding motion in our spine. And then finish the one you're on. Come off the blocks, move them to the side, come back onto all 4s if you're not already there. We're going to press the left hand grounded into the mat. Inhale, lift up the right. Exhale, thread it through. Opening the right side of the body. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Thread it through. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, thread it through. Cheek comes down to the block or the mat. Pressing the hand in, feeling a nice twist through the mid-back. The next inhale, press into the mat, come all the way back up. And then exhale, float the hand back down. Other side, right hand grounded. Inhale, lift up the left. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach, lift. Exhale, thread. Last one, inhale, reach. And then exhale, thread the arm through, cheek comes down to the mat. That right hand stays by the head, 1 full breath cycle, pressing into the mat, feeling an opening through the mid-back. Inhale, press into the mat, come all the way back up. Exhale, float the hand back down, cat and cow, let that go. Just noticing how the right and the left side of the body feel. 1 more arch, 1 more round. And then sit the bums back, toes can touch, and bring yourself into your child's pose. Remembering that any point in your practice, if you need to find some peace, some restorative practice, child's pose is always an offering you can take. 1 more cycle of breath here. And then on the next inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, tuck the toes and find your first downward facing dog. The knees can be nice and bent. Plug the index finger and thumb into the mat and start to exhale and charge the heels towards the mat. So it doesn't matter if the heels get onto the mat. What matters is the spine stays nice and straight. Move the head from side to side, back and forth, letting go of any tension in the upper body. And then we're going to plug that left hand into the mat. The right hand's going to reach for the shin or the ankle, and you're just going to hold and just a gentle twist, maybe looking up towards that left armpit. Inhale back, downward facing dog. Exhale, other side. Plug the right hand in, left arm reaches for the ankle or the shin. Just a gentle twist looking up towards that armpit. Inhale, come back to your downward facing dog. Look forward and walk the feet towards the hands. Find your forward fold at the front of your mat. Keep the blocks on either side. Again, let go of the tension by rocking the head gently side to side, back and forth. Releasing the shoulders. And then on the next inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Look at the belly button. Bend the knees and bring the arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, find your heart. Anytime the hand is at heart, you're always welcome to bring some gratitude into your practice. We're going to move through a couple of rounds of sun salutations just to warm the body up. So we're going to work through sun salutations B. So big toes touching, inhale, come back into chair pose. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the tailbone, engage the core. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lifts you halfway. Exhale, fold. Right leg steps back, left leg steps back in plank pose. As we exhale, we're going to come down through chaturanga, knees or toes, chin, chest, belly. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Looking forward. Inhale, lift up the leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, draw that right leg forward. Step in, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees and come all the way up. Exhale, find your heart. Other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Look at the belly button. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Left leg steps back. Right leg steps back into plank. Push the earth away. Exhale, chin, chest, belly, all the way down. Rolling up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Big toes touching. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Draw the left foot forward, and then the right comes forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees into your chair pose. And come all the way up, find your heart. Beautiful. We're gonna repeat this on the sides one more time. Find your chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Right leg steps back. This time we find lunge. Exhale, frame the foot. Step back into your plank. Exhale, chin, chest, belly, all the way down. Baby cobra or up dog on the inhale. Exhale, down dog. Big toes touching. Inhale, lift that right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, right foot in between the hands. Find your lunge. Inhale. Exhale, frame your foot. Rock forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, find your chair pose. Squeeze the inner thighs, press up from the heels, come all the way up. Exhale, find your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, find your chair pose. Inhale, come a little higher in chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Left leg steps back, lunge position on the inhale. Exhale, frame the foot. Find your plank. Next, exhale, lower chin, chest, belly. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Big toes touching. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, left foot between the hands. Find the lunge on the inhale. Ooh. Exhale, frame the foot, rock forward, find your forward fold. And then inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, find your chair pose. Squeeze the inner thighs. Press all the way up, find your heart. Mountain pose. Notice how the body feels. Notice the heat from mountain pose. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. This time, interlace the fingers, draw up the shoulders. Exhale, tip to the right. Inhale, back to center. Bring the shoulders down and back, and exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. And this time, take the hands behind the back to the small of the back. Hug the elbows in. Engage the core. Bend the knees slightly. Press the pelvis forward. Heart lifts. Look back, back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Look at the belly button. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Right leg steps back. Inhale, rise into your lunge position. Exhale, frame the foot, right hand down, twist towards that bent leg. Frame your foot and find your flow from plank pose. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. 3 breaths in down dog or child's pose. When you finish your 3rd breath, find downward facing dog, big toes touching. Inhale, 3-legged dog, lift that right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, right foot in between the hands, find your lunge position. Exhale, frame your foot, left hand grounds. Exhale, twist open towards that bent knee. Press the earth away. Exhale, frame the foot, rock forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, find your chair pose. Squeeze the inner thighs, roll the pelvis forward, tuck the core, and then press for the heels, come all the way up and find your heart. One breath cycle. Other side. Inhale, reach all the way up. Interlace hands the opposite way. Drop the shoulders into their sockets and exhale, tip to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, back to center. The option is to take the hands to the small of the back or bend back from here. Engage the core, bend the knees slightly. Pelvis forward, heart lifts. Bend back. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Look at the belly. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back. Find your lunge position. Reach the hands up. Exhale, frame the foot. Ground that left hand and twist towards that bent leg. Frame your foot. Find your flow, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breath cycles in down dog or child's pose. When you finish your 3rd breath cycle, find your downward facing dog, big toes touching. Inhale, lift up the left leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Draw that left foot between the hands. Find your lunge, lift. Exhale, frame your foot. Right hand plants. Exhale, twist towards that bent knee. Reach. Frame your foot. Rock forward into forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, find your chair pose. Bend the knees, squeeze the inner thighs, drop the shoulders down and back, tuck the core. Press up from the heels and rise. Find your heart. Beautiful. On the next inhale, reach the hands up. Interlace them at the top. Exhale, tip to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, tip to the left. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Step the right foot back. Find your lunge position. And from our lunge position, turning the back heel down, finding your warrior 2. Knee and ankle are aligned. Squeeze the inner thighs and drop the shoulder blades into your back. Eye gaze over that middle finger. Open the front palm and exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, come back to warrior 2. Reach forward, elbow to knee, bring that back arm over the ear, reach. Inhale, come all the way up to your warrior. Find your lunge again. And then frame your foot. Right hand grounded, exhale, twist towards that bent knee. Frame the foot. Find your flow, or you can go right into child's pose. Whatever feels good for you. We've been doing the same sequence. So whatever feels good for you, we meet in down dog or child's pose for 3 breaths. When you finish your 3rd breath, if you're in child's pose, find your downward facing dog, big toes touching. Inhale, lift up that right leg. Bend the knee and start to make giant circles with the knee tuning into that hip joint. Switch the direction of your circles. And then find your 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Draw that foot in between the hands. Find your lunge. Exhale, ground the back heel down, open into your warrior 2. Drop the shoulders back, squeeze the inner thighs. Open the front palm and reverse. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Reach forward, elbow to knee. Bring the back arm over the ear. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Windmill the arms and find your lunge. Exhale, frame the foot. Plant that left arm in and exhale, twist, right arm lifts. Frame your foot, rock forward, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Find your chair on the next inhale. Belly in, squeeze inner thighs. Press up from the heels, come all the way up, find your heart. Other side. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Interlace the hands in the opposite direction. Exhale, tip to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, tip to the other side. Inhale, back to center, option to bend back. Inhale brings you forward. Exhale floats you down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Left leg steps back into lunge. Find your lunge on the inhale. On your next exhale, open into your warrior. Squeeze the inner thighs. Reach through the fingertips. Drop the shoulders into the back. Palm opens. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, come forward. Maybe we're a little bit more warmed up. We can reach forward and we can reach down to the floor or our block as we bring the back arm forward. Inhale, come all the way up, warrior. Find your lunge position. And then exhale, frame your foot. Left arm grounded, right arm up. Frame your foot and move through your flow or go right into child's pose. Breath by breath. Meeting in down dog or child's pose for 3 full breaths. On your next inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, down dog if you're not already there, big toes touching. Inhale, lift up that left leg, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee and start to make 3 giant circles in one direction. Opening that hip. And then switch your direction. You can also do this on hands and knees as well. When you finish your third 3-legged dog, exhale, knee to nose. Find the foot between the hands and lift into your lunge. As you exhale, ground the back, heel down, find warrior two. Open the front palm, exhale, reverse. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Reach forward and maybe the hips are open enough to come down to the floor or a block. Reach the back arm over. Toes to fingers, straight line. Engage the core, inhale, come back up, warrior two. Find your lunge with the next inhale. Exhale, frame the foot. Right arm down, left arm lifts. Frame your foot. Rock forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Find your chair on the next inhale. Squeeze the inner thighs, draw the arms up, tuck the belly in. And then on the next inhale, press into the heels, come all the way up. Exhale, find your heart. Beautiful. Notice the heart rate. On the next inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Right leg steps back. Inhale, come up to your lunge position. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift a little bit. And then exhale, just bring elbow to grace the knee. Inhale, come back. Exhale, elbow to knee, just gracing it. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Option is to bind elbow to knee. Bring the hands to heart and twist the heart open. Press the back heel back. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, frame your foot. Gentle twist towards that bent leg. Frame your foot, move through your flow, or go right into child's pose. Breath by breath. We'll meet in child's pose. When we get to child's pose, spending 3 breaths here. When you finish your 3rd breath, walk the hands over to the right side. Feel a nice stretch through the left body. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back through center. And on your next exhale, find your downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. Now, option is to stay with those hip circles, or you can kick the heel towards the bum and maybe flip your dog. If you're flipping your dog, just be very mindful that it's slow and mindfully done. Engage the core. If you're in your flip dog, come back into 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring the right foot in between the hands. Inhale, come up to your lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, twisting knee to elbow, grazing. Woo, we may fall off balance, that's okay. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knee to elbow, maybe binding here. So hooking the left elbow to the right knee and bringing the hands to heart. Twisting through the heart. Pressing the back, extended leg, heel back. Engaged and strong. One more breath. Inhale, come back to find your lunge. Exhale, frame your foot. Twist towards that bent leg. Exhale, frame your foot, rock forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees and find your chair. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, come all the way up. Find your heart. 3 breaths here. Maybe releasing the hands from heart, coming into your mountain pose. Just notice how the body feels. Notice how the heart rate feels. Notice the heat. We have one more side. When we're ready, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Left leg steps back. Find your lunge position. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, find a little lift. Exhale, graze the knee. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist, graze the knee. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, this time we bind. If it's an option, elbow to knee, pressing the hands together towards the sternum. Heart lifts. Engaged back leg. One more breath. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, frame your foot, gentle twist towards that bent leg. Frame your foot, move through your flow, vinyasa style, or go right into child's pose. We'll all meet in child's pose. And you've made your way to child's pose. 3 full breaths. Notice the body. And then on the next exhale, walk your hands over to the right side. Feel a nice twist through the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale through the other side. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, find your downward facing dog, big toes touching. Your next inhale, lift up that left leg. Now your option is to bend the knee and stay with those circles, those giant circles. Or if you're flipping your dog, bring the heel towards the bum and mindfully engage the core. You're tipping back the toe to the mat and then lifting that right arm up and over. Lift from the heart. So it's almost like side plank. You're anchored in at your index finger. Now engage the core. You're flipping the dog and come back. Bring the hand back to the mat. 3-legged dog. And then exhale, knee to nose, hand in between the hands, leg in between the hands. That left leg. And inhale, come up to your lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. This time we bind, it's an option. Exhale, twist. Left knee, left elbow to right knee, pressing the hands towards the sternum, lift the heart. Engage the back foot. Long lines, deep, full breaths. On the next inhale, come back out, find your lunge. Exhale, frame the foot, gentle twist towards that bent leg. Frame your foot, walk forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, find your chair pose, squeeze the inner thighs. One more breath. Press down through the heels, come all the way up. Exhale, find your heart. 3 breath cycles in mountain pose. Just noticing your balance. Now that we're nice and warmed up, we're going to move through a series of balance postures. So just notice the difference between the right and the left side of the body. Again, without the story, just feel into the body. And notice if you're more on one side, see if you can bring it back and balance and equally distribute the weight. One more breath, noticing. Then when you're ready, we're going to go into eagle pose. So right foot is grounded, bend into the right foot, toe to mat. Let's start with the hands at the heart. Option 2 is bend into that standing leg a little bit more, stack the knees, lift the toe off the mat. Or option 3, bend a little deeper and wrap that foot around, squaring the hips to the front. Now you're going to take that right arm up, and then the left arm comes underneath. Now, option, find your drishti, your focus. Back of the hands can touch, or you can come all the way in and bring the palms of the hands to touch and lift up through the elbows. Squeeze the inner thighs. We're going to try for 2 more breath cycles here. If you come out, just come back in. Balance is different every single day. On the next inhale, press up through the standing leg. Keep the arms as they are. Bring the feet back into mountain pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. One breath here. Eagle arms are intact. The next inhale, bend the knees, come into your chair position. Keep the eagle arms the way they are. And then inhale, come all the way up, reach the arms all the way up. Pads of the fingers touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Find your chair pose on the inhale. And then press up through the legs. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Come back into your mountain pose and just notice the body. Notice with feeling the difference between the left and the right side. When you're ready, we're going to bring our hands to our heart again, find our drishti. Left foot grounded, right toe to mat, bending into that standing leg. Maybe a little deeper, stacking the knees. Maybe a little deeper, actually binding all the way around, squaring the hips. And then when you found the bottom, you can bring the top left arm up. Right arm comes underneath, wherever you can get to palm or palm to palm. That didn't really make sense, but I think you get the drift. So we're gonna try for 3 breath cycles here. Try not to grip the mat. Lift up through the elbows. Feel the power and the balance in this really strong, balanced standing pose. 1 more breath. Then on the next inhale, press up out of the standing leg, bring the feet back into that mountain pose. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the eagle arms. 1 breath here. On your next inhale, sit back into your chair pose. Eagle arms stay. Lift the elbows up, squeeze the inner thighs. And then inhale, come all the way up. Release the arms on the next inhale. And then exhale, float forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees into your last chair pose. Squeeze the inner thighs, drop the shoulders. And then press up through the heels and find your heart. Come back into your mountain pose. A few breaths here, noticing the body, noticing the heat, noticing your strengths. And then when you're ready, I lied, we have 1 more chair pose. So we're going to use a transition. Now, whatever works for you, if you need the blocks, you can grab the blocks. We're gonna come down onto our bum from chair pose. So when you're ready, you find your chair pose, and then we're gonna keep trying to bend a little deeper. Now, if this is not accessible to you, you can take the hands on the blocks. If you wanna keep coming, try to bring the bum all the way down. Maybe you need the blocks to bring yourself onto your bum. Good, we made it, yay. We'll do 1 forward fold here. So inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Let this be passive. Let this be restful. Let this open the back side of the body. 1 more breath here. And then roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Last thing that lifts is the crown of the head. Little core before we come into our final resting pose. So we're gonna take boat pose. Option to keep the toes on the mat. So a couple of things with boat pose, we don't want to dump into the spine. So if you're doing boat pose like this and the legs are up, this is compromising the lower back. So make sure you're sitting onto the sit bones. So you see if you move back and then you move forward, you'll feel a roll. That are the sit bones. That's where you want to be for boat pose. So hands can stay on the mat, toes can stay on the floor. Heart lifts 45 degrees, like you're lengthening through the crown. Option 2 is bring the legs up or straight, okay? So whatever you do, not dumping into this, staying nice and lifted, and you can lift the arms up. Good, 3 breaths. If you're really tight in the hips, another little trick is to open the knees, and this will provide a release through the hips. So my hips are really tight. I'm going to use the open knees. Let's see if we can hold from the pelvic floor in and up for 3 more breaths. Beautiful. Then release the legs, and you're gonna come down as slow as you can. So now we can curl down. Notice where you're holding, and then I want you to engage it a little bit more. Down, 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 down. Start to straighten the legs. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So using the core all the way down. And then landing the head on the mat. A little bit of hip opening before we take our final position. Take the right knee into the chest. Give it a couple of rolls in one direction, and then switch that direction. And then draw the knee in towards the chest. Another option is taking figure 4, so right ankle over the knee, reach in between. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. Try not to lift the neck up. Try to keep the chin tucked so the back of the neck lengthens. Also, option to bring a block behind the head. And so if you're just holding your knee, come on into figure 4, a version of figure 4. This can also mean the foot on the ground. And then as we exhale, we're just going to tip over to the left side so that right foot is going to come down onto the mat. So we're in a bit of a twist here. Our arms are going to come out into a T. So this is an option. And then you can exhale, look in the opposite direction of your legs. If you'd like a little bit more hip in this position, take that left hand and reach towards that right ankle. And just draw that right ankle in a little bit. Again, your option to keep a neutral neck or look in the opposite direction. 3 full breath cycles here. So we haven't changed that leg. That right hip is still what we're working on in a gentle twist. Sometimes this transition can get a little confusing. 1 more breath here. On your next inhale, bring the head back to center. Press into the mat with your hands. Use the core to bring the legs all the way back up. Open the hip, and then release the sides. Extend the legs. Notice the difference between the right and the left side. Now we're going into the left hip. So inhale, draw the left knee in, and again, you can play around with some circles here. You can stay with this. Or if you'd like to move into figure 4, that right foot comes onto the mat, knee up towards the sky, and the left ankle crosses over the right knee. It's pressing the knee away, it's an option. Or coming through the triangle and drawing the hamstring or the shin back towards the chest, figure 4. 3 breath cycles. When you finish your 3rd breath, you're going to release the hands, bring the hands down to the mat, and you're just going to tip that left side over towards the right. And then your option is to stay here, look in the opposite direction of the knees, or you can take that right hand and now reach for the left ankle. Draw the left ankle closer to the head. You're going to feel this through the outer part of the hip. 3 full breaths here. When you finish your 3rd breath, reach the hands down, press them into the mat, engage the core, come all the way back up with the legs. Open the hip a bit. And then exhale, release the legs down to the corners of the mat, bring the palms down, open towards the sky or down towards the earth, preparing for your final resting pose, Shavasana. So gathering any socks or blankets or eye pillows or anything that you can use to help make this practice relaxing, restorative. Shavasana is important for our practice so that we can integrate all the work that we've done today, the strength, the balance, the core, the breath. When we take time, 10 minutes is optimal. If you have 10 minutes to stay in this practice, it's an optimal amount of time to integrate the 50 minutes of work we did. And if you don't have that 10 minutes, then start to wiggle the fingers and toes, drawing the knees in towards the chest. And then noticing which nostril is more clear, maybe using the hand to tell. And then coming to that side that is more clear and resting in fetal position. Any transitions, feeling the support of your bones, your muscles, your body, your breath. To set an intention, feel free to bring your mind back to that intention. Notice the energy it creates. And when you're ready, making your way back up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart, welcoming gratitude into your center. Feeling happy, motivated, passionate, and inspired. I say namaste to you.